Hello, I'm Blade Boquest, and this is now the second video of the Blade Edge Episode 6 with Akatasumi. So we went over a lot of the gathering details about how to get some XP. We're talking a little bit more about how to fine-tune the specific tools you need if you're not yet prepared for Manos. In addition to that, we'll be going over different things like secret worker lodging. There are ways to actually expand how many workers you have in a city by getting things that are outside the city even without using pearls. So a lot of good tips on this one. This is again the second video of 7 regarding Blade Edge Episode 6. Alright, hope you guys enjoy it.
But yeah, overall, I mean, that's definitely a simple way to get going and cooking and stuff. And it is reliable. It's not bad profit. It's just chopping down trees would be better. And also, while you're leveling up your alts, Pilgrim's Haven is another one of the top Caphras spots. So that'll be perfect. Caphras and Shining, or whatever the powder is, as far as I know, I haven't seen a major difference in low level versus high level in acquiring that. So even as you're leveling your alts, you're going to start getting some of the best silver out there for gathering.
Makes sense.
Tell me about the tools you have in Trent. So I'm seeing a bunch of pickaxes. They are all lucky shining, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I've been trying to stockhold them. Like I said, I've always wanted to be a more established life skiller. So I've been trying to buy, one or two here and there and just stockpile them until really I sit down and I gather a lot more, which from what it sounds like, I'm going to be doing a lot of that. So I'm going to be saving those for more than likely the weekend.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So are they going to have an ongoing every single week from now on Sharp and Hard event? I think I missed that patch note. Did they declare that somewhere?
I thought I recalled when I really looked into, the best ways to gather, the more profitable areas to gather. I thought I read that this has been a thing for a while now, and I could 100% be wrong. But from what I understood, there was a Sharp Hard not really publicized every weekend, and people just in general saw a lot more hards and sharps coming through gathering throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I know they made that a thing. I just wasn't sure if that was like for the summer or if they had an indefinite timeline. I'll have to double check. But either way, yeah, as far as I know, it's not going to be ending. So that's a reliable idea there. Alright, so you're making these shining pickaxes. So what are you doing with all the shining pickaxes that you don't end up, that aren't lucky? Are you basically just vendoring the things?
If they're not lucky, I use those throughout the week. If I do feel like gathering, and I use those so it's not really a waste out of Pilgrim's Haven.
Okay, that's kind of what I was afraid of. So you'll never want to gather with a non-lucky or magic tool. Your money per hour is almost double with a lucky or magic tool. It's so much. It's just so ridiculous, so ridiculously better that it's never worth doing it without lucky or magic. So you pretty much, I'm looking at the market, they're 10k a piece, so you'd pretty much throw them away. It's not even really worth selling. Now there is an alternative if, generally, average luck, you might have to make 15 or 20 tools in order to get a lucky one. So you're looking at basically over 2 million or something like that. That's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth spending 2 million in order to get a lucky shining tools that you can gather. The extra money per hour is just so much better. It more than pays for it. So you can continue to do it the same way that you're doing, just never using those non-lucky tools. The other option, which I've actually really enjoyed, is instead of making the shining tools, you make the steel tools. So the reason steel would be nice is that it's very, very, very cheap. You can mass produce them and you're losing like almost no cost at all, and you can just sell them straight up. The problem with that is it adds 1 second to your gathering time. So instead of a 2-second gathering time, you'd have a 3-second gathering time, which if you're looking at, some of the top rates and things like that for gathering, it's kind of nice to cut that down by 33%. So that's just up to you. I've enjoyed the lucky steel tools for a long time, but definitely just stop gathering with the non-lucky.
Gotcha.
Let's see, I've got some notes here about alchemy. We'll go over that a little bit later. So we got 3 sessions here. This is just the beginning of the first one, so there'll be quite a bit that we're gonna go over here, but let's talk about a couple of your nodes right now. I saw that you had copper in your Olvia bank. Looks to me like you have workers coming out of Olvia to do that, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. You're going to be able to cut down on the CP from using Velia or Heidel workers. So I saw your monthly Pearl budget. Do you have the full amount of worker lodging from the Pearl shop?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so that's a really effective way to go. Did you know that you can get more lodging for cities by taking lodging that is not in the cities? Looking at your empire, it doesn't look like that's utilized.
No, this is the first I'm hearing of that.
Cool, so this is going to be really useful for you. Alright, so go ahead and open up your map. And let's look at near Velia. We're going to look at Toscani Farm. So that's a little bit southwest.
Okay.
Alright, so if you click on Toscani Farm and you click on the house to the left, it's Balano 6-1. So click on that and it will say lodging. And believe it or not, you can go ahead and buy this and you can level it up to 2, and that's going to give you 2 additional workers out of Velia.
Huh.
Yeah, sweet, right? This is super effective for just increasing the efficiency of your empire. So that way you won't have to use the extra contribution to go ahead and link up Olvia. Even if you have good workers there, really the only thing that should be gathered out of Olvia is maybe grapes, because it's a 2 contribution node, and then grapes sell for 700 each. So there's nothing wrong with something like that. Even olives, I would say you do not need, because olives, all they are is just a vegetable, and you can replace vegetables with pumpkins that are sometimes 200 silver each. It's just not really worth the contribution. It's not worth the beer cost and all that. So I would remove your Olvia stuff down to only cast the farm with grapes, grab the lodging out of Toscani Farm, and you want to send over either Velia or Heidel workers to grab that extra copper that you're getting. Let me double check other lodging around that area. So let's see. I believe that's the only major Velia one. But the way it works is any of these little tiny farms or little cities around the bigger cities acts as lodging for the bigger cities. Same way Bear, for example, would have lodging. And then that lodging would then act out of Trent. So these are really effective to just kind of look around to make sure that you're getting workers out of those centrally located areas. Let me see if I can find any extras for Heidel. Sure they are somewhere. Well, Heidel actually has really effective worker lodging in their CP. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have much more around it. Okay. Let's see here. So all of your nodes are pretty much in this one screenshot, right?
I believe the only thing I've really added is I've connected up to Grana.
Okay.
I'm starting to make trash crates down there, and once I free up a little bit more CP, I'll be doing lumber and more money crates.
Did you say you're making trash crates out of Grana?
Yeah.
Okay, so since Grana has an 8 CP cost, you'd only want to utilize that for profit. It's just simply not worth the trash crates out of there. The difference in trash crate XP is very minimal from like Trent to Grana. It's based off of distance taken, so if you're taking them from Etheria, Calpheon, or Trent all the way over to Arahaza in order to level up trading, that's going to be more than sufficient. So make sure that you're only producing money out of Grana. Now, are you making money crates out of other places than Grana right now?
No, just Grana.
Okay, good. Yeah, since it does have that higher margin, even if it's just a little bit, you know, that's where your money should be centrally located. Okay, good stuff. Now, I see everything is connected. Is it because you did trading this morning, or do you generally leave these things connected?
I believe the way that my current, or how the workers I currently have set up, everything is required to be consistently linked up like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, well, we will probably hit that on session 2. I really want to go over some active alchemy profits, just because that's going to make a major difference in your systems, and we'll save like another session and hit the node empire pretty hard. Just like a precursor to that, you generally want to have self-contained city empires, so that the workers would leave one city and they would just go out around the city, gather everything back to it. And the only thing that does is make it, you know, slightly troublesome to transport things, but that's not even that big of a deal. Have you seen, let's see, it says something like the shipping costs are tripled if you don't connect nodes?
Yeah,
sure you've seen that.
I don't think that's something that I've ever really been concerned with.
Exactly. So for whatever reason, the tooltip's a little bit backwards there. It shows that cost that it's showing is the tripled price. So by having the connected cities, you're just getting 1/3 of that, and the whole thing is completely negligible. So what you're going to be able to do is save CP by having individual city empires, and that'll give you just more resources that come in passively. So we'll wait until maybe next week or something and really go over that. But I did at least want to look at it with you. Let's see here. You had some interesting trash crate areas from what I recall. Okay, where are you making your trash crates right now?
Right now in Calpheon, I'm making potato and tomato crates, and
Okay,
in
those
Grana it was wheat crates.
Okay. Yeah, you'll definitely want to turn in whatever it is that you have there for your trash crates and kind of abort the whole Grana trash crate system. Calpheon's definitely good. So the 3 ideal places to make trash crates, like I said, is Calpheon, Etheria, and Trent, and then those really should always go over to the east to Arahaza. I thought I saw, didn't you have trash crates in like Altanova or something? It would surprise me. I wasn't sure.
Those have been sitting there for quite some time. I never actually sat down and
okay.
like
Good.
It hasn't been actively making those crates. They've just been sitting there for Lord knows how long.
Well, that's perfect. That's honestly the best thing that I could hear about this, because it's not even worth your time to take them anywhere, and it's not worth your time to finish making them. So I actually have a couple stacks of just random trash crates in different areas too. You can just continue to ignore that. Good. Just glad to hear that there isn't continued protection there.